Seeing. Does this baby know what he is seeing? Does the baby even know who he is? These are the types of questions one may ask when analyzing this idea of seeing. When the baby is born, they are a blank canvas, waiting to be perfected throughout a lifetime. They know nothing, therefore they see nothing. But what exactly is seeing? We are about to find out.
According to Elkins, seeing is self-definition. Objects look back and their incoming gaze tells me what I am. Our sense of ourselves is like a television station always going out of focus, and we tune and clarify ourselves by seeing. Everything from our wives and husbands to our shoes and the grass in the park looks back and tells us who we are.
What Elkins is getting at is that throughout every moment of our lives, every person we interact with, every different thing that we see continuously shapes our personal image. Not only does seeing help us define ourselves, but our constructed self affects the way that we see the things around us. Certain photos may trigger different perceptions that we may have. This is why when two people look at the exact same object, they can see two completely different things.
Take this optical illusion for example. Many people who look at this will see a young woman looking behind her shoulder. However, another person might see a picture of an old lady looking down. Everybody sees something different. It is very possible for two people to have different perspectives on the same image. For example, when I look at this picture, I see a skeleton.
But when I look at the same picture, I see an artifact that connects us to our past. For Elkins, seeing is never complete. Like we said, a baby is like a blank canvas when they come into the world. At this point in our lives, we are like artists who have spent 20 some odd years trying to perfect our masterpiece. At times we may think that it is complete, but every day through seeing we realize the many imperfections of our perception.
George Batile points out that when we look at things like the sun, genitals, and death, we see where we do not want to, or we fail to see where we should, and our eyes no longer obey our conscious wishes.
We have always been told not to stare at the sun, but when we do, it blurs our vision and brings some sort of pain. This is why our eyes are trained to avoid looking at the sun.
Our whole lives, genitals have been hidden from us, so when we do see them, there are two ways that we can react. We either awkwardly avert our attention or we stare too intently. Either reaction brings a certain level of discomfort, and they both make us fail to take in the entirety of our surroundings.
For Elkins, death is the most difficult thing to see. He points out that we as humans are terrified of death, so in order to avoid facing that fear, we go to great lengths to prevent ourselves from seeing images of death.
It is interesting that death is the thing we try the hardest to avoid witnessing, because it isn't until we die that our seeing is complete.
We are born a blank canvas, and every day our picture of the world changes. There are many points in life that we believe our painting of the world is complete, but it isn't until we die that we finish our masterpiece. The sights that others have of us throughout our lives is the legacy that we leave behind.